nonsense. A man must understand brotherhood when living outside. Lin Tian silently bent down, picked up the dagger from the ground, and then infused it with lightning and fire attribute energy. Tian Fong asked suspiciously, "What are you doing?" Lin Tian said nothing but moved straight toward the large tree, throwing the dagger to cut the branch that bound Liu Jianfang's
Wait. What is my first race then?
the younger soldier explained, "Thank you both for saving me." As for the large tree,
Well,
it suddenly
that's the race I got the most.
the aura around it also surged upward in response. Lin Tian spoke. "Hurry up. This monster is about to reveal itself." The next moment, causing Lin Tianfang and the others to feel dizzy, as if they were about to fall. The reason is that the large tree had pulled its roots up, using them like legs, standing firmly on the ground. Until now, every characteristic has completely matched the objective of the Extreme Beast Challenge in Lu Yin's words, or more accurately, it is a brave spring third realm soul devourer. Demon, Lu Jinfang gaped, exclaiming, "What in the world is this monster?" Lin Tian said, "Have you forgotten what Chief Lu told you? The path of cultivation is destined to be one of 9 deaths and 1 life. If you're afraid, then leave this path." On the opposite side, the evil soul tree had also begun using its long, massive arms to attack Lin Tian, but all of them were skillfully dodged by him. Seeing this, the Soul Eater tree immediately changed its method of attack. From its body, a series of branches extended out like sharp spears, thrusting toward Lin Tian. Lin Tian raised an eyebrow. This time, he did not dodge but chose to stand his ground. Wait until the branches drew closer, and a flame erupted from his body, burning the branches and quickly spreading toward the evil soul tree. Then, taking advantage of its distraction from dealing with the flames, Lin Tian executed a thunder flame against it, punching through its body. Lin Tian found shouting, "Damn it, is he really that strong?" Li Qi also exclaimed, "This is the power of someone awakened by the strong thunder." Su Yujing blushed, as she looked at Lin Tian, secretly thinking, "The great heroes in novels walk on 5-colored clouds. Of course, it must be like that." Meanwhile, in the monitoring room, after watching Lin Tian fight, the crowd exclaimed in astonishment, "Does this person named Lin Tian truly possess such strength?" Lu Yin glanced at them and asked, "Does anyone have any objections to Lin Tian's position as the team leader?" The young man in the vest smiled and said, "None at all. Everyone follows the words of Chief Lu." Suddenly, an unexpected earthquake occurred, causing everyone to scream in panic. Lei Yue walked up to Lu Yin's side and softly asked, "Chief Lu, who could this spiritual energy be?" Lu Yin said seriously, "It seems that this matter can no longer be kept secret. The spiritual energy of the earth has been fully restored. The rules of the world are about to change. Return to the place of Lin Tian's group." You examined the information of the evil spirit tree through the system and silently thought, "In my previous life, Su Jing said that there was a fortuitous encounter here. She doesn't have the ice attribute, so why is this strange tree of the wood attribute?" Lin Tian was confused when, suddenly, behind the corpse of the ghostly tree demon, a pillar of light erupted. Everyone curiously walked over and discovered a cave there, emitting waves of elevated ice spiritual energy. Lin Tian suddenly woke up and thought to himself, "So that's how it is, because the spiritual energy of the earth has completely restored. This is the reason why a strong ice attribute spiritual energy grows." In her previous life, Suji was unable to absorb the spiritual energy due to her insufficient strength, which is why she said that. Suji was astonished as she looked at the ice cave and spoke, "Captain Lin is amazing. A single punch made the surrounding spiritual energy explode." Lin Tian looked at her and said, "Suji, to that cave to absorb the erupting ice attribute spiritual energy. These spiritual energies can help her become stronger." In his heart, he silently said, "Suji, in this lifetime, both of us must become strong. Make the pair of dog man and woman who harmed us in our previous life pay the price." Suji replied clearly. Then, Lin Tian said to everyone, "This place has manifested powerful ice-attributed spiritual energy, just at the right time. Suji has also awakened the ice attribute, so I have allowed her to take the opportunity to cultivate here. Let's wait for her for a little while." Everyone agreed and said. That night, the group of 6 chose a restaurant to celebrate. Everyone simultaneously shouted congratulations as Suji successfully broke through the Brave Spring First Realm and entered the Brave Spring Third Realm. Suji smiled and said, "All of this success is thanks to Captain Lin and everyone." Lu Tianfang proactively poured wine for Lin Tian and said, Captain Lin, in the past, I was blind. To the bigger picture, I hope you can forgive my mistakes and be generous in your understanding. Lin Tian said, It's alright, in a moment of danger, you didn't abandon your brothers to flee, which proves that you are loyal and courageous, a true man. Lu Tianfang was so moved that he started to cry, saying, Captain Lin, thank you for considering someone as ordinary as me a friend. From now on, the life of Lu Tian will belong to you, Lin Tian said helplessly. There's no need for that. From now on, we are brothers, together. Before he could finish his sentence, a loud shout suddenly came from afar. Everyone, leave here immediately. Everyone, immediately leave this place. We need to carry out the mission here. I invite everyone to cooperate. The people of Lintian turned around and realized that the one speaking was a soldier, fully equipped and swiftly evacuating the crowd from the area. Lintian silently said, He is not an ordinary soldier. There is a powerful aura about him. He must also be a cultivator. But isn't the matter related to spiritual energy the responsibility of Chief Lu? Then does the army need to wait for a while? If the spiritual energy bursts belong to Li Li and the others, then it is possible to take advantage of this opportunity to help them advance in level. At that moment, the soldier noticed Lin Tian and his group, still sitting at the table and unwilling to move. He walked over, then looked at Lin Tian and spoke. You tell him to leave here immediately. Do you hear me? Lu Tianfang angrily stood up and shouted, Impertinent. How dare you speak to my older brother like that? Do you know who my big brother is? The soldier pointed the gun at his throat. Lu Tianfang said, Disappear, or I'll shoot. Lu Tianfang was not afraid. The element of wind radiated from his body, gripping the gun's muzzle with his hand. He said, Then let me see what you're capable of. Lin Tian shouted, Stop. 3 hours ago, during an emergency meeting of the military. What should we do now? The spiritual energy suddenly recovered, completely unable to equip. The most important issue right now is to capture the strange hound that just escaped. I told you from the beginning that things should be watched more carefully. While everyone was debating intensely, the general seated in the center spoke up. Stop arguing. This is not the place for such disputes. Currently, the top priority is to capture this mutated dog. We absolutely cannot allow ordinary civilians to be harmed. Then he looked toward Sun Jingyi and said, Little Lord, the task of capturing the mutated dog has been assigned to you. Sun Jingyi stood at attention and shouted, Ensure the completion of the mission. The general looked at everyone and continued, Everyone, immediately return to the border. The spiritual energy has fully recovered. This means that the border will no longer be as peaceful as it is now. Yes, everyone responded in unison before quickly leaving the meeting room. Only Sun Jingyi and the general remained in the room. The general spoke, Little son, you must capture the mutant dog before dawn, understand? Sun Jingyi shouted, Yes. Back to the present, in the temporary command center. Sun Jingyi gazed at the monitor. The people in the east accelerate the evacuation. That east could appear at any moment. By chance, he saw on the surveillance screens a soldier riding a scuffle. Tian people, Sun Jingyi stared directly at one of them and muttered, Back to them. In Tian, stand up, advise them to stop, and don't cause more trouble for the army. Yes, Elder Brother. Having said that, Lu Tianfang withdrew his hand and walked over to Lin Tian. Lin Tian said to the soldier, We will leave here immediately. Then consider it as if you know your place. After speaking, the soldier continued to carry out his duties. On this side, as he was leaving, Lin Tian looked at Sui Jing and instructed, This afternoon, the spiritual energy has completely erupted. From now on, we will have to face a world full of dangers. Sui Jing, when you return, remember to cultivate diligently. Right now, your foundation is not stable, so you need to practice step by step. Absolutely do not rush. At this moment, a voice called out from behind, Suyuchi, Suyuchi. Lin Tian doubted and turned around, only to see Sun Jingyi running toward him. He exclaimed joyfully, Sun Jingyi. Sun Jingyi was also overjoyed, patting Lin Tian on the shoulder, and said, Lin Tian, is it really you? Suyuchi asked curiously, Captain Lin, is that someone you know? Lin Tian smiled and introduced, This is my best friend from high school, Sun Jingyi. Sun Jingyi directly placed his arm around Lin Tian's shoulder and smiled, saying, Hello, everyone. I am the good father of Lin Tian, Sun Jingyi. Lin Tian retorted, You unfilial brat. Clearly, you are the one who is my dutiful grandson. Li Qi spoke up, Captain Lin, We'll be heading back now, not to interrupt you from catching up with your old friend. Lin Tianfang also smiled and said, "That's right, big brother, we'll head back first." A moment later, when only the two of them remained, Lin Tian asked, "Kid, you did pretty well judging by that rank insignia. You've earned some merit, haven't you?" Sun Jingyi, with a mysterious expression, said, "Suyujing, I have a piece of confidential news to tell you. It was just released this afternoon, and Lin Tian said that the global spiritual energy has been restored, right? This topic has already hit the hot search this afternoon." Sun Jingyi whispered, "I knew you wouldn't believe it. Maybe I should whisper the reason why this road is blocked off to you. It's because there's a powerful mutated dog hiding here. Our team is here to ensure the safety
I
of the
wonder who showed up, because it
muttered
seems
to
like someone
himself,
showed
"So
up.
that's how it is. But the mutated dog they mentioned, could it be the one that was released during Lin Yue's previous experiment?" At that moment, a soldier approached to report, "Captain Sunday, the civilians have been evacuated." Sun Jingyi spoke up, "Good, then we just need to straight off to fall into the trap." Lin Tian had no intention of leaving. He planned to stay and see how capable the military had become, so he smiled and said to Sun Jingyi, "Sun Jingyi, let me take a look for a moment." Sun Jingyi did not immediately refuse upon hearing that, but seriously considered it, thinking it would be good for Suyujing to know early that the rules of the world had changed. If not, with his overly kind-hearted nature, he will definitely suffer losses in the future. Thinking of this, he turned to the soldier next to him and said, "Xiao Zhang, later you will lead him to the safe zone outside the hunting circle so he can observe the strength of our team." Xiao Zhang replied, "Yes, Captain." After the handover, Sun Jingyi hurriedly left. Once he was gone, Xiao Zhang turned to Lin Tian and said, "Kid, I don't care what kind of relationship you have with Captain Sun, but you must listen to me later, understood?" Lin Tian smiled and said, "All right, then thank you in advance, big brother." A moment later, Lin Tian sat in a safe area, observing the soldiers standing at attention, silently, thinking, although these soldiers are all holding guns, based on the spiritual energy on their bodies, perhaps they are all in the Brave Spring First Realm. Their overall strength is still quite solid. Suddenly, Lin Tian's expression changed, and he looked in a certain direction, silently muttering, "It's here." At the same time, the soldiers on duty in the surveillance room warned everyone through the intercom to be cautious, as the mutated dog had arrived at a nearby street. Gunshots began to ring out, and the soldiers surrounded the mutated dog that had just appeared, continuously firing. However, the effect was extremely minimal, not only failing to penetrate the thick fur of the strange dog but also provoking it into a berserk frenzy on the spot. It spun around and used its tail to sweep the surrounding soldiers aside. Lin Tian observed nearby, secretly thinking, "This mutated creature is a beast of the strength of the brave. Spring Third Realm. Once the spiritual energy starts to recover, this creature will easily appear again. It seems that starting tomorrow, I will have to work harder on my cultivation." At this moment, a group of 5 colored individuals awakened with the thunder attribute, led by Sun Jing, charged forward. The regular soldiers immediately retreated. The members of the Special Forces team shouted, "Follow me." Use the Xuanwu formation. Hold them off for me. Hearing Sun Jingyi's command, the members of the team immediately rushed toward the strange hound, then scattered around it. Then, they coordinated their attacks continuously to distract the attention of the mutant hound. Finally, Sun Jingyi leaped high into the air. His hands, enveloped in thunder attribute spiritual energy, were brought together. He struck forcefully on the head of the strange hound, injuring it and causing it to spit out several mouthfuls of blood. Lin Tian stood outside, observing, nodding, and smiling. Indeed, they are an army. Although each of them only possesses the strength of the Brave Spring Second Realm, they trust one another, entrusting their lives to each other, which allows the strength of each individual to surpass their own limits. It seems that my worries were unnecessary. Defeating the demon dog is only a matter of time. Thinking like that, Lin Tian was about to turn around and leave when he suddenly sensed the aura of the strange hound rapidly intensifying. "What is that?" Lin Tian exclaimed, hurriedly turning his head to look back. Sun Jing also noticed this anomaly and shouted, "This beast wants to evolve. You need to stop it. Absolutely do not let it succeed in evolving. If not, we will all lose our lives." Hearing this, the members of the Special Task Force immediately charged to attack the mutated dog. It was already too late. The mutated dog had successfully evolved and easily knocked them away. Sun Jing, seeing it, was filled with fear and muttering, "It's over. This means he has really evolved." The Special Forces team behind is leading the troops forward, waiting for orders. "Captain, what should we do now?" Sun Jing replied, "Just take the risk. We absolutely cannot let harm the people behind us." The Special Forces team charged forward. Everyone simultaneously obeyed his command. "Yes, Captain." With that, everyone bravely rushed forward to attack the strange hound, but no one could match its strength and sharp claws. They were all thrown aside by it. Behind the barricade, Sanjay's teammates sprawled on the stone wall. Sanjay looked at the strange hound. But that was Sanjay's gaze was hazy and indistinct as he looked ahead, wondering to himself, "Lin Tian, is that you?" He blocked the attack of the demon dog with just one hand, causing our brothers to be injured and die. Saying that, Lin Tian causing it to scream like a dog in agony. Then, the strange dog immediately retreated, defending itself. Sun Jingyi witnessed this scene and couldn't help but feel a tinge of irritation. "Lan Lin Tian, are you a cultivator?" Lin Tian casually played with the dagger in his hand and replied, "Once I deal with this beast, we can talk later." Those teammates behind could not have imagined. It turns out that he is a cultivator and can strike a blow that harms the brave spring fourth realm monstrous. Is his head really that strong? Lin Tian soared into the sky like a god whose name began with Lord, prepared to receive judgment. He said, "I created a weapon made of lightning." Lin Tian gathered momentum and extended his hand backward. Then, observe the actions of the strange hound as it runs to escape. Carefully calculating, he then sent it flying. "Want to run? Don't even think about it." The lightning bolt quickly struck through the chest of the strange hound. It let out another cry of pain. Then she fainted right on the spot. Sanjay was helped up by his teammates. He could not believe it. Exclaimed, "Suyuching is actually such a powerful practitioner with a strong lightning attribute." The mutant dog was struck by Lin Tian's blow. It froze, standing still, its spray of glue lasting for 5 seconds or more. Then, Lin Tian slowly advanced, causing the strange hound to lose its mind. "You used the dagger, the one you were playing with earlier, to finish it off."
By the same Prince, are you
Tian made a
heard?
quick slash, cleanly cutting it in half. The Special Forces team could only marvel, wondering if the spiritual energy had just been restored, and yet they already had such strength. If he is allowed to develop for another year and a half, isn't it going to get even stronger? Sun Jingyi looked at Lin Tian with an immensely proud gaze. "Indeed, my brother, Sun Jingyi, is truly impressive." Suyuching, who was beside Lin Tian, glanced at the dagger that was gradually vanishing and thought, "Not even the army's dagger can withstand the power of the thunder fire. We need to find a type of weapon that can withstand the thunderous, fiery spiritual energy of mine." Sun Jingyi went to meet Lin Tian. "All right, Suyuching, you even kept this from me." Sun Jingyi patted Lin Tian on the shoulder and chided affectionately, "You're this strong already, yet you're still pretending with me." Lin Tian replied, "Take it easy, you got hurt pretty badly just now." Sun Jingyi didn't care. He threw his arm around his companion's shoulders and bid farewell to everyone before heading off to face Lin Tian alone. "You guys, hurry up and drag that bastard away. I'll have a few drinks with my brothers." Everyone stood at attention and replied in unison, "Yes." The scene shifts to the sky, where bright moonlight illuminates, brightening the entire sky. Inside was a computer, recording the scene of Lin Tian facing off against the strange hound. Shen Feifei crossed her arms and asked, "Is this person your friend?" Sun Jingyi replied, "Not just a friend. We are brothers who work together." Shen Feifei nodded. "If I can put his talent into our strength, she asked if I invited him to join the army yet." Sun Jingyi rubbed his head and replied apologetically, "I said it. But he said he has already joined the Immortal Cultivation Association." Shen Feifei rested her chin on her hand, her face serious as she spoke. "It's that old man Lu Ying, right? I'll go find him and demand the person right now." The scene shifts to a beautiful morning at Lin Tian's residence. "You just walked out. Coffee in your hand as well." The hamburger stuttered on his lips, saying, "I forgot that you were at home." Did not buy her breakfast. Xiao Yue sat on the sofa and asked, "Did you participate in the army's operation last night?" Lin Tian replied, "It was all unexpected. I didn't intend to get involved at first, but then I ran into a brother. Is there a problem? Shaliwei recounted that this morning the daughter of the military commander kept calling Chief Lu, asking him to join the Lintian army. With a piece of cake in his mouth, he answered blankly, "Oh, so what did you tell Uncle Lu?" Shaliwei replied, "Chief Lu has already put an end to this, but the daughter of that commander is not an easy person to deal with. In the coming days, you better be a bit more cautious." Lin Tian looked in another direction and replied, "What did you say? Does she want him to be her husband and live with her family?" Suddenly, the phone rang. The caller ID displayed Sun Jingyi's name. Lin Tian immediately picked up and asked, "Sun Jingyi, what's going on?" Sun Jingyi, on the other end of the line, responded, "Is this Lin Tian? I am Sun Jingyi's superior. My name is Shen Feifei." Lin Tian and Xiao Yue listened in confusion. Sun Jingyi continued, "I have a place that contains very strong fire-attributed spiritual energy. Would you like to come and take a look?" Hearing that, he began to think, fire attribute. I was just worried about not finding a way to enhance the fire attribute spiritual energy. At the beginning, when patrolling the construction site at night, a group of ghostly flames was discovered. At that time, everyone thought there were some feudal superstitions involved, so they invited a Taoist priest. Unexpectedly, after the Taoist arrived, not only was he unable to dispel the ghost fire, but instead, he caused the ghost fire to grow even stronger. Right now, the entire construction site is engulfed in an intensely fierce flame. Although the army had sealed off the construction site from the very beginning, they were completely powerless. Yesterday afternoon, after the spiritual energy had recovered, the flames seemed to grow even stronger. If it continued to spread, the surrounding populace would face disaster. It is said that when sitting in the sewer car, Lin Tian asked, "Has that fire been spreading all along?" Shen Feifei replied, "Yes, it is. The only is to expand the blockade." "Okay, I heard you and you have some relationship, right?" Lin Tian responded and quickly explained, "Miss Shen, don't talk nonsense. Lin Yu is only here because Chief had to come to my house to keep an eye on me." Shen Feifei's face darkened with displeasure as she spoke to the young child. "Don't be so quick to deny. Let me finish what I have to say first. The global spiritual energy has fully recovered. For the safety of our country, the cultivation army must be established immediately to deal with unknown external factors. Currently, cultivators with some abilities each have their own temperament. It's that they have some cannot be taught to novice cultivators. I heard something you say that your character is flawless. Strong strength. They asked, "So you want me to join you in Solution?" Feifei replied, "That's right. As long as you nod, all the terms and benefits can be negotiated. What do you say?" Lin Tian appeared indifferent. "Sorry, I currently don't have enough strength to do those things. First, let me train you. The chief asked me to take care of you." Shen Feifei seemed satisfied and said, "Indeed, he is a man of affection and loyalty." The scene shifts outside, where everyone is bustling. "Don't push, don't push. It's very dangerous in there. Stay away." Shen Feifei and Tian stepped out of the car, observing that the chaos was coming. As they were walking towards the crowd with Shen Feifei, a voice suddenly rang out, "Lin Tian, why are you here?" That was Jiang Wu and Li Xiaodong walking hand in hand together. Lin Tian looked at them with surprise, thinking to himself, "How did this person end up here?" Jiang Wu gave a smile that was not very friendly and said, "You are the one who's completely deluded. Li Xiaodong, based on your demeanor, you truly have potential." Hearing him speak, Lin Tian looked around. Damn it, there's still a surprise like this. This time, there will be results. Lin Tian did not say anything. Jiang Wu continued, "Brother, although you still remember Li Xiaodong, you have to understand that there is a chasm between you and her that cannot be crossed." Li Xiaodong also spoke up. "Lin Tian, I once gave you a chance, but you didn't know how to cherish it." The small fries saw the situation and immediately started yelling. "Today is Blood Friday. What a sight." The warrior lost again. Lin Tian's face turned green, gritting his teeth, thinking, "Damn, are these two idiots stupid or what?" Shen Feifei walked up from behind and asked, "What's going on, Lin Tian?" The reporters immediately turned their cameras toward Shen Feifei, excitedly saying, "Oh my god, where did this beautiful girl come from?" Jiang Wu was also itching, his mouth agape with desire. There was even such a peerless beauty like this compared to her. Li Xiaodong was nothing at all. He then greeted Shen Feifei, "A beautiful Hello, my name is John Wu. Shen Feifei didn't care. She turned to ask Lin Tian, are these two people your friends? Jiang Wu seems a bit embarrassed. What's going on? Is this girl treating me like air? Lin Tian then spoke. Those two dog-like lovers. Let's go. Don't waste time on this. Having said that, Lin Tian and Shen Feifei ignored Jiang Wu and turned to leave. Everyone below burst into laughter. No wonder that kid abandoned this girl. If it were me, I would also choose that girl over this one any day. Li Xiaodong was blatantly jealous. She really dared to put on airs in front of me. It's just a little beauty, but I must find a way to make her suffer a bit. She angrily scolded, Jiang Wu, have you seen enough? Then she left. Jiang Wu patted her head and explained, Li Xiaodong, this is just a professional habit of mine. He wrapped his arm around her waist, but in her heart, she thought differently. If it weren't for the money, I wouldn't care about you at all. The scene changes. Shen Feifei is walking alongside Lin Tian. I just confirmed with the soldiers. It seems like the fire inside is growing stronger again. We might have to expand the range of vigilance. Lin Tian asked, do we have to expand it even further? She replied, that's right, unless we find a way to resolve it. Then, Lin Tian paused when he witnessed the scene before him. This was Shen Feifei.
1000. Then you dollars.
How do I join?
You have to
You
type
can't
it.
comment 13.
I got nothing. Fuck it!
Server crashed, bro. I can't even I can fire if I wanted to. What did you say?
Go to second C in my private server when you can. When you're done with the
I
grass
said I'm
matter.
on third C. You can't join me.
Iya, iya apa ya?
Oh, 1 hour. Ah, I'm not gonna wait still.
Like I say, my friend, get the minute to wait.
Maybe there's a way to get advice. No, 1 hour. Holy shit. No. You see the time. You have years in life. Options. Oh my god, the codes. Give me a second. Give me a second.
I'm joining.
I'm here, bro.
Right.
I'm here, bro.
Oh, he joined.
Please.